I want anything in life, it's confirmation. Oh, there we go. Now, how about that bot over in Discord? Is that thing worth the darn? Couch box. What should be this season? Hey, hey, Jackal Apology. Offering no apology to our enemies. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, I could have done that from anywhere. Let's act like I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Yo. Hi, greetings. Good. I guess that worked the second time. The first time the stream was being a bit more, I don't know what the word is. Weird? We're not working properly. Wrong button. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, that seems like everything is working. I wonder if I can move this monitor any closer. I have a little side monitor, dude, that I use for chat. Thank you so much. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of that NES dude playing Bayonetta stuff. I like that. I can kind of hang out in a stream in my off hours. I moved quite further along. I've moved much further along with some kind of placeholder character thing. I know we already kind of have one, but we used proxy meshes, right? To get these curves with a lot less detail. This is a huge amount of information, actually. We're taking basically a 2000 poly model and we're smoothing it up. This one might be the one I'm going to end up keeping. There's still a couple of weird errors and issues with it, but you know, for our purposes, it's okay. It looks a little bit stretched. These fingers look long, kind of thing. And really the best way to manipulate that is by going back a couple iterations and fixing it from there, right? But we also have a character model on deck. I just wanted one. I just wanted a character. Seems pretty good. But I did this yesterday. If you weren't here to see it, we made a prescribed by our. Oh, my booty got out of control. That's all right. Hey, welcome back. Look at all these auto hosts. We gotta add you guys to our list. I want to know when you're streaming and what you want to see, what you want to stream. But I'm just gonna kind of get my booty under control here. You can tell it's a kind of out of control booty. So much so that I had to add like points. I had to add points. I had to add kind of curves to the back of this character. Just to get, see this part, you are not under control. I think this is, oh no, that's the right one, okay. This should do the same mesh, right? Yeah. I have all this other stuff right here. But I just want to kind of select and move back. Get it out of the way of our projection. I kind of had to derive a T-pose out of our character art. And this is just for test purposes. I think I might go back and add the armor bits, even though I've said I don't want to. What's going on? Thank you for joining. How's your Valentine's Day? Did you receive or deliver gifts, chocolates to people? Did you listen to some cool podcasts? I want to know. I can actually I can definitely still use the concept art for some effect, right? Mainly like fixing some contours. Like I said at the beginning, at the top of the show, my booty is out of control. Some people have out of control booty. And so that's fine. I didn't realize how crazy off my proportions were until I kind of tried to realign it. Yeah, like look at that. Look at that extra long foot. That's doing nobody no kind of good. Uneventful, but no matter. Hello. Actually, Gidgeon 1999, we did stream the final Shovel Knight music. That has been shipped. Shovel Knight going is going off soon. But you can check that out here. That will be where you want to see really almost I think all of the Shovel Knight music that was prepared on the stream. You will find on our YouTube channel after the fact at afterthefact.minpotion.com. Me myself, I'm 3D modeling today. Because why not? Because we need to do it. Actually, I want that bump right there. Just little adjustments to fix kind of the proportions a bit. I feel better about the hands now that we've made those adjustments. But like this huge shoulder muscle thing, I'm not gonna go for. Huge neck might be a bit much. But yeah, mine was also, oh, what? Oh, you already saw that other stream. I thought we were going to do some extra tracks made for the album. Yes, there are going to be extra tracks that were made. It's just I haven't really figured out, or it's not up to me, first of all. But I don't know what they're going to be. Yeah, I think Jake was talking with Sean, the director of Shovel Knight, a little while ago. We're trying to figure out what he wants to do. So I am awaiting that information as much as you are. That's a pretty cool thing. I didn't like one of my favorite tracks for a long time of Jake's was Alchemy with Dale North. Very, very good stuff. Or I think before that might have been an arrangement with was it Jeff Ball playing violin? And that might actually happen later this evening, or the beginnings of that. I'm not quite sure what the highest priority that Jake has is. I don't really. I try to not manage other people's time if I can help it. Guess robots don't have belly buttons, but they should. So just like anyone's New Year's resolution, I'm trying to get just this butt under control. All right. Yeah. Dale North, I believe he's doing. I think he's doing composition for games as well these days. In terms of work with Jake, I mean those guys go way, way, way back to when they were young. Imagine a old internet. Imagine a time where these guys hadn't even worked on a game. And I think the story is the story for Mint Potion itself has to do. It's a collaboration between Dale North and Jake, right? I think it comes from VG Mix or some other site that they'd managed together um, in the way back machine a long time ago. And this place is kind of like I don't know. The idea comes from that, right? Here, I'm here in part to that dream of VG Mix kind of growing up and becoming a whole other space. Oh, let's do that. That's good. I can kind of get this under control. But since I do not have that song, I mean, I guess I could pull up Jake's music. I do like Alchemy. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. I think we're getting close to the source of the butt, which I made a whole bunch of comments on early in this process. But this is kind of what I did yesterday. This is my Valentine's Day. I was making robot butts. I think if I 3D printed this and had some other kind of weird idea, it'd be weird science. That looks much better. Have a look at that in 3D. There we go. So, still kind of wide, I think in general, but you can shrink that down. What I've done is copied the other side, or reference the other side, so you can see that when I manipulate components on one side, it selects components on the other side. Oh, and I'm like ducking out of frame. What's up? I'm willing to investigate this Dale North thing, if that is of interest to you. But that looks much better, proportionally. We do definitely have work to do. I wouldn't say sculpting, but similar. Let's delete our other large-bootied androids. Why not? And perhaps even center this guy, right? Kind of move you all the way over. Maybe give it a real ground. We actually have rigs for these characters kicking around somewhere, but that appears much better to me. That's very mappable. Pretty proportional. Your hand should cover your face. Everyone who has hands should be able to facepalm. Making butts is the best way to spend your Valentine's Day. I certainly agree. In one way or another, if your Valentine's Day involves butts of any sort, you're probably on the right track. Unless perhaps those butts are cigarette butts. That's... Well, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to speak too soon on that, but... You get the idea. So these are proxy meshes, right? Like I said, at the beginning of the stream, I have this type of mesh. I have this low poly. Look at this. 820 triangles right here. And I can view that proxy cage, the subdivided surface. I learned a really cool thing the other day about how you want to get your extra detail in your hands, like how this topology is legal. It has a lot to do with actually cutting these type of corners, like cutting across. That looks gross. Cutting across some of your mesh here, because all of these areas kind of reference.
We heard Girls at Our Best with Getting Nowhere Fast. We also heard BBI with Big Cicada.
But yeah, we make these loops on the inside because I cut the edges on the outside of the hand. So that when I made new edge loops, it wouldn't travel all the way down the arm, kind of like how one goes through the middle here. And there's a little bit of overlap as well. You can see this line, or this edge across that other edge. So what we need to do is duplicate. Let's just like connect all of these components.
I'm Olivia, and I'm here.
Right? Make ourselves a whole mesh. So I'm gonna duplicate that guy. And what the? It's green. It's bright green. Why is it bright green? Do it again. It just does that. Maybe that's some kind of error or glitch or something? I don't know. Let's save it. I didn't do anything special. they have to do with the layer that it's on? Not a clue. Cool though, just not what I want. 4, 5, 1. So here to here. Well, let's make sure that that is viewed. Smoothing. Different components will appear differently. We're going to combine this guy, these two meshes. Okay, that's not a poly object. Let's take a few steps back. Oh god, a couple hundred. Help me out here. What is up with that? How did I convert this to something else that I don't want? Who cares? Duplicate it, move. There we go. That's what I want. So let's say this girl. One will be Rix, the other will be QGK or RJQ. I really should learn these names. Somebody would know better than me. But yeah, that seems a little bit more under control. The butt, I mean. The butt seems a bit more under control. Of course, if you are new to this stream, welcome to Mint Potion. We make things. We used to have a theme song. We want to make a video for it, which is kind of fun. We do a lot of interesting things on the stream. Kind of starting with combine these guys. And we still have these issues of overlapping. Starting with music, of course. This is a music studio. We're built for that. And we're kind of adding to the mix game development. Because we inherited a new run, which if you're a backer, please, give me your ideas. Tell me your expectations for this project. And we will do those things. I'm still on the warpath. I want to select both of these edges. And I want to make edge loops. Because my geometry is so clean, I can do an edge loop that goes right through the center of this robotic android female thing. I can merge these border edges. Boom. And the goal here is that I have these two sides, right? And I should just move up the tolerance, like the distance that the two edges detect each other. Just enough. Just the slightest bit. So that they become one edge. So that we become one! And we're still gonna have issues, actually, with these type of border edges. Because they overlap, so we have to meld those down manually. But, now that that's done, if I can select this edge and that edge, and I can merge center, you can call it. Right? So, you know that you've made it. You know that you've gone too far, or whatever, if you can select this middle edge, and I can select an edge loop that goes around the entire center character. And like, that type of work, that looks great, is going to be kind of how we get done in there. I like the proportions of this a lot more. The arms seem a little bit thick still. And since this is a really low density mesh, it's easy to make that kind of data manipulation happen by just making her arms a little bit thinner. Kind of like that, right? Whee! Doesn't have to be big adjustments. But I think that seems a little bit more humanoid, android-like. Right? Cool. Notice any strange, like, butt flatness? I do. But that's okay. What project are you guys working on? I'm working on the New Renaissance. The New Renaissance is a VR, like, rock opera type of thing. Let me see if I can find a web browser. A web browser for you. Let's see, Nuren. So if you googly Nuren, N-U-R-E-N, do you find the CSP Industries Kickstarter? Which I don't know what CSP Industries stands for. We're using the Unreal Engine. And the idea here is that we have this visualizer. There is a demo for Windows that will work, whether you have a VR headset or not. We are definitely aiming at VR. and also like every VR platform that we can get this thing on. That's what Jake used to look like, which I guess is no, it's not nothing what I look like now, nothing at all. But there were stretch goals. There's a demo. There's a trailer. The trailer's pretty cool. But we're gonna have to make adjustments. Essentially, we have this city, which is on top of like this weird needle type of thing, and with an original soundtrack, this comes to life. Basically, this crazy light show, this flashing pixel. What? These are for Nooran. Hey, it's cool too. Thank you for showing up. So these are the original character meshes that we had. That I didn't make. I actually came upon this project very recently, or at least in the last year. This project was announced, I want to say 2 years ago. But here we have quite a few demonstrations of like these mesh effects and dynamic lights that are kind of moving to the beat. And kind of looking around the scene freely to see a city that is brought to life by music and about a couple of, about a couple of little robot girls who are gonna go and free the universe from the tyranny of automated society. Except those little robot girls have grown up, and not to say that I will actually be using this for that purpose. However, I thought about this just now. We have in our concept art for the first sequence of the game, which I'm gonna open up very slyly here. Take your time, Photoshop. Come on. Will we get to play it on Daydream? That is a great question. Zero Transform, developers of, oh my gosh, am I gonna get this right? I know they did Proton Pulse Arena. Their other game I'm also way interested in. Zero Transform games. Zero Transform. There's no way this guy doesn't have this. But he's this indie VR developer who's actually helping us out a lot and helped us out with the demo. Vanguard V, that's what I'm looking for. So Proton Pulse, Vanguard V, and Pulsar Arena. Actually, Pulsar Arena has Rix and QGK in the game. But I'm very excited. You guys gotta check out this game. Another game with music done by Jake. Another just really cool virtual experience. Please go check out Vanguard V. I have codes, but I know that this guy he's gotten I think he's gotten Neuron to run on cardboard even or something like that. Like I can get this game to run on anything. So I would imagine yes, we can probably pull it off. I highly recommend it. But these games just released for PlayStation 4's VR platform, I believe. So definitely go check out Vanguard V, also including music from Jake. But the people from Proton Pulse, the people from Zero Transform, are supporting our efforts in Nuren, and they're super cool people. They're very, very talented, experienced developers that are going to help in areas where I fall short, fill in the gaps. Right now I'm doing just our primary rework of our art pipeline. Whatever that's supposed to mean. See, I have like these little glowing figurines down here, so maybe like that's the way to go, is put them on this conveyor belt, right? And like repose them. But I was checking off assets. I'd really love to know where those notes were landing. Maybe in an unnamed layer? I don't know. 'Cause I had more notes elsewhere. But if you've been watching the stream for a while... Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. Asvel. We've been put a lot of work into setting up our spot out here. That is a weird looking like thing here. Let me just restore the crack that was once the butt crack. Because we'd moved the rest of that thing in. Even though we're actually, I think it's covered by some sort of plate, but just bugging me. And I need a head to put on this character. Let's do that. And I also would love to know, yeah, all of you down here. Oops. Cool. Just want to make sure that this is pretty right. I can't do everything I need to with the concepts. Just gotta run with it. There we go. That's pretty feminine. So yes, but I do have older versions of this project running. I think I pressed spacebar and there we go. Let's see, where's my side view? Guess that'd be here. Left view? Right view. There we go. My image planes are only in so much space. Cool. And then let's bring in the bridge for the nose, and then I can pretty much, I can live with that, right? Is that across the eyes, right? This area. And then inserting edge loops is as simple as ever with edge loop inserter. Because I want that detail right there. Ben, I have a special song for you to play. It's one that you worked on today. Excellent. Look it up. Let's do it. This is what we're here for. This is what you came for. This is what you stayed for. But I'm just gonna try and get this head attached to this neck. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the best Butters episode of all time. I don't want to get too crazy with adding geometry at the stage. As you can see, that kind of weirds people out. Let's get rid of that edge again. Because I have this guy, right? That is a good, put this on your neck stock, as I love perfect hair forever. If you do too, then we can be kind of friends. So I have like 8 faces, and I think it comes out to 12 sides or something like that. And so what I did previously was to delete these faces where the neck stock is going to come in. I do that after I subdivide this again. So like this, I have twice as many faces, which there are 4 on the back and there are 4 on the back here. And then kind of go from there, right? It's kind of neat. Alright. So what I'll do here is delete this space where that headstock goes. I can't remember how I did it. Well, I mean, yeah, you just delete, right? Like a deal. What's going on here? So I'm gonna move. I did this with the legs when I was attaching these meshes. It makes more sense if you look at it like this. Which this is, you know, this is the data. This is the real information that's there. we're just averaging that, I suppose, cubically. We're using math. Where's that link at? It's a dubstep remix of a Jimmy Neutron sound style. I'm half worried, honestly. Alright, let's copy this. Let's go over to our music playing tab. Oh, it's this. Hold on. It's VLC playing a radio show. Is that cool if I'm listening to the radio? See how many weird zones we get into? Let's go. Top secret track from our own Jackalopology. Are you guys ready? I am. Let's turn it up.
There's gonna be caribou chili tonight, boys. Cluck, cluck, yeah. 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 Ooh, caribou. Cluck, cluck, yeah. 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 Ooh, caribou. Cluck, cluck, yeah. 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 Ooh,
That's pretty funny. Thank you so much for sharing, dude. I've also produced a track in the last week that I would love to share with you guys. Where did I put it? I downloaded it. Check downloads. I'm gonna keep this. If you don't mind, we're gonna just straight up. This is called piracy. Yeah, caribou. Alright. I have something I made Tuesday night? Something like that, Tuesday morning? This thing. I'm so proud of it. It's very funky. Gonna let it do its buffering thing while I observe my vibrating phone. I have text messages on text messages. Interesting. News about Jake changing a little, trying out some new experimental music stuff. I don't want to ruin it. It's gonna be cool, but it's been on his mind. I guess. So anyway, check this out.
ready?
I'm ready.
So excited.
Right?
As a way you have good sustaining sounds, so you can do a. Let me show you what I mean. Adds a great funkiness and some nice. There's nothing like some dirt.
I just wanted to make it as a demo thing because I don't know what to do from there. But I'm really proud of it. Thank you if you like it. It's very Western. I don't know what it is, your obsession with this Western music.
Man, I love it.
I love it too. So that's my most recent invention. I'm a big fan. Vanguard V, get it. I have codes for something if you have a PlayStation VR. My voice is a little low. That is something I might be able to adjust from here. If my battery pops out though, watch out. Let's just turn that up a bit. Better? Closer? Warmer? I think so. I also kind of mumble. I've been doing it my whole life. Sorry? I don't know. It has something to do with assuming that you can't be understood or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's a psychological aspect to it. No, I certainly understand the language, so why can't I speak it? I don't know. Some bullshit. Stupid, well-adjusted primates making me feel all self-conscious. Alright. Well, I've done the tricky part, which is aligning or moving out the exact number of edges that I need, right? But I have two meshes. We're going to combine them using the same method. I'm going to start snapping vertexes. I like the shape of the head. I don't want to change that. Although I think that if I try bridging the gap, I'm going to make the neck a bit long. But I don't care. Let's see how it works. I'm going to select one vertex. I'm going to hold V. Or no, actually, I can just target weld, can't I? Let's hold Shift, right-click, merge vertices, target weld tool. I can select this one, blah, blah, and somehow edge over. No, that's the wrong way. They made the tool, like, let's look at the material attributes for a second. Maybe that'll help me out. Because it's like this pinkish thing. It's like stupid. I just want to be able to see. Like maybe with like a grayish kind of color I can get. I mean, this is also close to what they look like. Now if I use this guy, G, this blast tool used, super useful. I can kind of see that little black cross a little bit better. If you can see it, that's great. Oh, the music was just drowning me out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Play Alchemy. That's on YouTube. Yeah, let's do that. There's a lot of Jake's music on YouTube. It's crazy. Pretty gangster. OST is going to be right on its way. There should be time to get those tracks in. Does anyone else have a kind of secret hidden crush on Mona?
We've had this going for a while.
Alright.
But when you see me, you don't even break a smile. Try not to let me see you.
There we go.
Guess I'm the boss here, so it's a little lie. I count the days since you've been gone. Count every sunset and every break of dawn. I dream about you every day. I'm going crazy, so hard to live this way. And all I want is to take you by surprise. Tell you I love you as I look into your eyes.
Ooh, it just sums up. It sums up the game so well. At least the story of it. I mean, like, I think the brilliance of Shovel Knight is that it plays really well for a game that has a crazy good story. Like, and it's totally accidental. I can definitely guarantee you that. They make it work. It's inspirational. So I'll take you for there. I think I have enough words. I feel like I'm screwing up somewhere. Get up in that model. There we go. This is a totally kid-friendly stream. There we go. Yeah, select you. Yeah, select you. Yeah. I know I hurt you for my sins and must atone, but we're together in the fight. I'm going crazy, just another lonely night. And all I want is to take you round the way and kiss you so hard to see when my cursor is in this black atmosphere.
We found each other by luck or destiny. Can't be without you, for plague is taking me.
Boom.
Yeah.
Plague.
You got alchemy. Do you changing me all night long. I wanna hold you close to me.
That target weld seems to go alright.
It's so
Let's
plain
have a
to
look at that
see.
finally.
All night long, your love is on my mind.
So these spaces don't really have a home,
Not this chemistry.
right?
All night long, I need
But
your magic
instead
touch
of
to lead. What you do to me
creating more faces,
is some sorcery.
right? Instead of trying to give these guys a place to live,
We've got
right?
alchemy,
What I can do
changing me.
is just kind of cut these faces in half, connect these components.
Close to me.
That's the way to go.
It's so plain to see. All night long, your love is on my mind.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take you and connect. I think that'll work. And anyone who's 3D modeling in the chat, even if you're not great at it, give me an idea of what the heck to do. 'Cause I want to be like Ash Ketchum good at this stuff, right? I can't really see. Yeah, it's because there isn't a face there? Yeah, that's not good. What if I did the same thing and merged border edges? I can't see where I'm going. Here we go. Past the pointy boobs of the future, we tread water. Still Gender Knight and King Knight's campaigns and battle mode. Yeah, they've been working this game forever, and it's so good. Too soon, too soon. Alright, I want edges. I want all of these edges. Like, select all of them, but not that one. And we might as well do the same thing here, right? Same thing, merge, border, edges. Just give me like, it's like, I don't know what to do with this information. Okay, that's fine. We can work this out. Because I want to cut faces, right? Maybe I can do that. I wonder what multi-cut's all about, right? Because that seems useful. If I take that and cut it into here, it's kind of hard to see. 5? Yeah. What does that do? U, right? Like, this is the geometry we're looking for. Can I hold V to snap to verts as well? Nope. Oh, multi-cut. Now I understand. Alright. Well, because it used to be a knife type tool. Hit enter. So now I have this information to link up. Any thoughts on the announcement of Breath of the Wild having DLC? Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that. I saw it really early on, like 2 days ago. Who's texting me, man? Okay. Seems as though we would have a meeting this evening. So I heard about it really early in the morning. I, subscribed to the whole, Nintendo Japan YouTube account, even though I don't speak Japanese. Hey, who cares, right? I need to get my Megavision back. I think it's pretty profound and it's kind of disturbing that Nintendo would do that. But it's within their right. I think that I would even say camp, the notion of like, oh well, they need to make money. Or the people are like, no, it'll ruin Nintendo. I don't know. It's I you know I hear the game is very very big, right? And so how you can tuck those things into the world is kind of strange. I bought DLC for Super Smash Brothers, right? I bought characters separately, and you end up spending like upwards of $90 or something on this game that traditionally was also compact. So I think that maybe they were encouraged by how easy and they had bundles. They have a lot of options usually, like with the Smash 4 DLC that we're seeing them kind of experiment with that. I guess the worst part about it, considering the hype train or the I don't know what's it called 345. Oh, now it looks like a Google avatar. Neat. Um, this the culture around pre-orders isn't really good. People don't really like people don't really like having to pre-order and also have like before the game comes out have DLC, right? And I understand that because you don't want to feel like you're getting gypped. What is all this nonsense? Oh my god, text messaging. Making it real. Ooh. Let's see. A final thought so far. Nintendo has handled DLC really well with Mario Kart and Splatoon. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of the thing. I mean maybe it's like it is kind of crappy that I think Mario Kart DLC is going to be coming out um at launch, right? For people who like already own the game. But a really quick way to a really quick way to mend that pain is let people who already have the DLC let that be compatible. Play with people who already have the DLC. Multiplayer cross platform, which they might have done even with the game already. And I'm probably just being optimistic or a fan of Nintendo in that way. Like, oh yeah, sure, you can play Smash 4. I think it was like you can play it with like your. There we go. Your 3DS as a controller or something like that. If you have the game, I can't remember. Um, People want Nintendo to win. Yeah, that would be pretty bad, Duggan. Um, yes, I also agree, Gideon, that it is weird to announce it right now. Um, that's like it's it seems I don't know, kind of desperate. I guess you could look at it that way. Not to put words or sensation in anybody's mouth or whatever, but like I don't have a lot of I don't know. I don't have more faith because of those adjustments. That looks pretty good. Good job, robot lady. You need wider feet. Let's look at the reference. Which one of you did I just adjust? This one? Alright. See that slant here. This tilt really makes it difficult to get 100% right. I'll get her slightly wider hipped, I guess. Why not? Let's line that up here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Song is stuck in my head now. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Let's get this set of vertexes over. I probably wanted to scale these more uniformly, but just playing it by ear. I guess maybe just everything that they do that's like super unprecedented is very offensive. $20 is nothing for what we seem to be getting. Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true as well. Take care. Thank you for visiting our stream. Let's see, Stangdongo. Stangdano? Stangdano. Stangdano? I'm just gonna butcher your username. I'm sorry. I think that maybe the worst case for this DLC is for people who ordered like the crazy collector's edition of the game without really having any expectation of like there even being this other opportunity of, oh, I didn't factor that into my budget for my enthusiasm. I think that actually is potentially problematic. Not to say that it is a big problem, but does that make sense, right? Like, I think I would definitely be in the camp of like, that sucks. Why did you? Well, I'd spent $150 or something on like the thing that comes with like the leather bag and like the book or whatever. I don't. Right. Like that would be that would be my whatever my thought. I listened to a lot of the punditry and hype train, and a lot of the YouTubers that I really respect have been not doing that. So good on them. They have the right idea. Like, maybe we shouldn't let companies tell us what we want. Maybe it's like a thought. And that includes reviewers and YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. But you gotta have that conversation. Most of the things that I acquire, especially in terms of game stuff, those are by recommendation, right? It's just you ever get your crotch off center. I'm sorry, I don't want to get too close to the model because that's gonna mess up my process. And that looks robotic. All right, cool. Good job, you lady camel thing. All right, so let's move this back up to the top here, and I want to center this pivot, or at least put it kind of on the floor, like move the root to here. Do 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 do. I can hide image planes. Wink, like so. Cool. And I know we have rigs and models and stuff, but that's not disappointing. Especially I can kind of go back and work the armor a bit more. I have something of, you know, some kind of mesh. I have things I can work with that will add to this character. And that's kind of one of the things that probably is throwing it out of proportion. Is trying to match the concept like super closely. Let's see what's going on here. Chat. I should have included it in the special edition. Yeah, definitely. I mean, because that would be right. That would turn the whole thing around, right? Like that would like you got the collector's edition and you didn't even know that you were going to get this DLC with it. That would be huge, I think. There are a lot of little things like that. A lot of people say things like, "Well, we want Nintendo to have, they have so many games in their library. They could just release and everyone would be super happy. And you can play all of these things together and everyone would be, it's addressing what pain is kind of the lesson. I don't know what I don't know what their problem is. All right, so let's export that selection to the to unwrap folder assets, as I've kind of done. And let's just do like character based. I haven't really come up with a good naming convention. That's another part of this. Maybe conveyor glow or something like that. They're not called Neuron. It's called Nix. I don't know what either of these things mean. Does that make me a bad person? And so we have a lot of assets in there. I'm gonna save this guy and get the heck out of here. And even DS games would be bigger. Yeah. NES would kind of go. I mean, like, think about using, like, how about the issue of using your phone alongside the device itself? That, if you have a smartphone that can display bigger than, like, I think it's like 300 pixels diagonally or something like that. You could have a touchscreen for your touchscreen and use your phone as the small screen on the DS for your inventory management. I think that would be fun. Let's see. I haven't unwrapped this guy or series of guys. These guys, which I might have wanted to do before I duplicated them, but it seems pretty painless. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna change our material out. Do I have a? I don't. I do not. I'll make a function though. I want to call it. Let's go back this way. Let's call it checker, just so I know what it is. And I'm going to put a checker texture, blam, right there. And you can see that what appears to be spherical unwrap ain't doing it for me. What? The X1. I don't want to spend that much, and it's even bigger. Wait, the switch screen is pretty big. Has anybody in chat gone to one of these hands-on events? Has anyone actually seen this thing? Oh, I see. There's like a reference photo here. It's so close. I know that the Nintendo Switch subreddit has a counter. Where's my mouse? Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know how the chat delay works. It seems like you guys have pretty good latency today. But like, I'm trying to avoid speculation. All that stuff won't matter, right? Let's see. It's kind of like the internet's like navigating a really, really big computer. All right. There we go. 15 days and 5 hours. 2 weeks, really? 2 whole weeks. I want to go to GDC. That's in a week. Everyone kind of gets their news from here. Shovel Knight. What? Channels Majora's Max? What? What means? Like, what a clickbaity title. Shovel Knight channels Majora's Mask by using the Triforce to beat, something. Whoa! Yeah, there was this. What does this mean? We're not gonna read this kind of hype up news together. Let's just say that the new Shovel Knight game should be pretty cool. This, however, this mesh looks kind of like butt. But that's not too hard to fix. Because I'm basically going to be doing that. Not planar, like a box. Right? Except with fewer planes. Let's do this. Let's open up our UV editor. I don't need to see this texture. Oh, that's cool. No, I don't need to see that. Weak. There's not enough information there. Face. If I get into selection modes, like that looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to figure out. You guys. I want that whole inside zone. And see how that kind of goes across different areas of projection. Yeah. What is this? Oh, I didn't. Cursed Castle 3DS. Good news for ghosts and goblins. I'm sorry, dude. Let me have a look at this. I just lose my mouse on the chat small window. You guys are always small windowing me. What you got? Cool. How come there are so many good-looking 3DS games coming out at the end of its life cycle? I did hear about the Castlevania series coming to Netflix. I have no idea what, like, my expectations are non-existent. I have no idea what the heck what to expect. I have no idea what it's going to be, except interesting. I mean, I do like the Castlevania games, and I haven't really been really absorbed by the story of that game, you know. So that there's enough there for them to illustrate this super thing is pretty cool. Right? To fund, or not just fund, but like to produce like a full show using that as using a game that, you know, like, hopefully that doesn't, that's the only thing I want, right? Is something that doesn't suck. As quirky as like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show is that, is it good? I don't know. I mean, compared to the Zelda cartoon that was part of that show, which it's just bad. I hope Shovel Knight is that. I hope that there is a Shovel Knight theme park, and you can go and, you know, I don't know, at Nintendo Land, at one of these, you know, at one of these places, that there's a, you can go like pose with some like Shield Knight some Shield Knight cast member at Universal Studios. That would be cool. I think that would be cool. Hey, that's called one plane down, 3 to go. Blam. That's just the start. But I have what I want. I can actually use that selection to fix my next selection. Like so. So it selects everything but that. If I go back to faces. Alright. Boom. UVs are the best. Alright, that side is clean. All I need to do now is get rid of the top. And we know what side that's on because our other side is deselected. Blam. And then, yeah, just kind of leisurely walking around the outside. Let's see. Chat, you're so interesting today. Yeah. You're pretty desperate. Stranger Things. I haven't watched Stranger Things. You guys telling me that is the king cake of You telling me Stranger Things is the king cake of Netflix content? I really liked, I guess, House of Cards. That was cool. Does that make me old or something? I don't know. I didn't watch. Apparently, it was based off of some other show called House of Cards. It's amazing how few things are original in that way. Uh, I can zoom in chat. Good, good, because I need to get to the bottom of this. Yo, what up? Somebody said, yo, what up? We're talking about stuff. Who said that? Oh, it's Yo Flippy Monkey. What up? I haven't seen that one either. Gonna add that to the list. Yeah, yeah. It's just, it's Netflix has grown up, and they've, you know, I don't know what the word is, assumed or something. They've taken the power of their origin. They've taken the bloodstone from, you know, what would be if Blockbuster still existed or something, right? If uh, it doesn't seem any different from Hollywood. It gives people a place to work. It's a big industry, you know. I guess the same can be said for um the same can be said for video games, right? At some point there was this change of like there aren't just some filmmakers, there are like these giant buildings. There are also, yes, a lot of Marvel TV shows. Goodbye, Jackalope. Thank you so much for hanging. Yeah, you think? I mean, Dogan, do you do like the Redbox thing? Is that one of those like is that I don't know. I mean, it seems normal, but like is it something that you do? Are you interested in? Netflix became legit. Exactly. That's the thing. Anytime some weird, you know, fledgling internet forum like, you know, gets serious traffic and becomes like a platform for advertisement, you know, Facebook comes to exist. That's just kind of what happens. Fortunately, we have a way to what's it called? We have a name for that. We have a place for that. Do 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 do. Are these all the outside parts, including the tops and bottoms? Look at that. Amazing. Let's get like a cylinder or something on that. That looks kind of like a cylinder, yeah? Yeah. You rotate a couple of times. Start here and here, I think. And what is this other dimension I'm looking at? I guess that's you? You make it negative. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright. Amazing. Stream video is offline. Oh, cool. I'm just talking to myself. What happened? Oh, you know what? I probably hit this button. How though? Are we still up? Yeah, that was the thing. Stream's been going for a cool hour. I don't know how that. I must have hit a button. Look, I only half exist. Oh, I guess it's useful if I want to take a break. Be sure to not get the claw. This couch is not as comfortable as it looks. Oh. I don't even know how that happened. I'm the only person here. Fine, fine. Only the last 5 minutes. That's what. No big deal. Thank you. I just see the logo. Maybe there's somebody who like. Maybe there's somebody activating a Bluetooth keyboard somewhere else in the building that just happened to be the same frequency or something. It's very confusing. Do. I like it. That looks good. Let's unwrap this thing. We're only part of the way there, as I've described many times in the past, and we're gonna do this about a dozen more times, according to these guys. But I like having these variants. Gives me options. Cool. Yeah, we must be crossing the streams. Let's look at I found a couple new buttons. Buttons we like to play. Blue shows us whether or not you're facing the right way. And this shows us distortion, which this actually is not very distorted. UVs to shell. Smooth UV tool. Actually, first thing I'll do, whoa, is flip this thing so that it's all facing the correct way. And the second thing that I'll do, across the board basically, is smooth. But there's, and I can tell, or I should be able to tell, like these sections, they are the underside, right? And it looks like a weird, you know when you like take like a, when you take like a, like paper off of a straw and then like put water on it? That's kind of how this algorithm works. I don't know why that's the analogy I'd like to make here, but that, you know, because there's only one like it, I can get a little bit more out of just this edge here, which isn't even super noticeable. It is the underside. But in the off chance that I would like to use that, I would just like to squeeze out a couple details. Thank you. And that will distort my planes just a bit. I can scale my UVs to fix some of that, right? Woo! Like so. That just gives me more bang for my buck. And I scale the whole thing down evenly. Use as much of the space as possible. But before I even do that, actually I haven't even let the robot map it for me. Same thing here. Smooth. And that'll kind of like unpinch the sections of this texture that are getting deformed, like here. Woo! So that it paints around corners, so that you too can paint around corners. That looks pretty good. I think if I turn this on, we'll start to see a lot. Oh no! Hey, I did it correctly. Why did I do that? To shell. Yeah, same tool. Just a little bit more detail. That way I can tell on the opposite side here. What? Let's undo that real quick so you can see what I mean. This looks okay. It looks average, but it looks like we've just kind of, we can't paint like this thing, right? We can't paint this area very well because all of those pixels are going to kind of, fit across this little tiny space. This line here, these like overlapping faces, you could tell it's overlapping because it's red, and also because it's actually overlapping. I'm gonna get into mumbling. Whoa, it became legit. Let's see who's hanging. Anyway, the idea being, let's actually provide a flat space for unfolding. So, whoop. I just think it looks great. I am a big fan of this. I think it is wonderful. Vote for me 2025. I've never run in my life, as you can tell. Beard is getting serious. I'm proud of that. Thank you. Cool. This will give us detail that we can actually paint into. I can take all of these things, go to shell, and lay out UVs. Boom. And what that'll try and do is, let's get more space. Let's see how best to do that. I usually like hooking two things together, because I have this huge square, right? Like I want to get, look at all this empty space. I guess if I combine the meshes, they can share the same UI space, or UV space, UI space. I think like that. Uniformly scale it up. The shell. Whoa! What are you? What? What does that even mean? All right. So that's a slightly better texture space. It's beautiful. And we'll end up with an image that looks something like this. Again. You can even cut this guy in half. Right? If I go to UVs and then I convert it to edge, I want those edges. I want to cut that in half. And so now I can separate that out and maybe get more texture space from there. Maybe that's the way to go. Think it over. I spent a lot of time optimizing, like, I'll show you the other thing I unwrapped yesterday. If you were on the stream Monday or something, you probably saw it. Let's just unscrew that up. U to shell. Oh, see, that's not undone completely. There we go. Or not. I think. Where's weld? Layout. Better, closer, warmer. That actually will be a little less out of control. I still like, I want more detail. And I think that'll have to do with just like adding elements to this, right? If I had like this guy, right? This guy doesn't have any mesh data. Oh, see, this one already has that guy attached. No, it doesn't. Like this and that would probably be really good. Try that out. Edge loop. And I can cut UVs there. And then, whatever, select the top half of the faces. Like so. those guys can be mapped planar in the planar technique, the plain old planar method, planar. Oh boy. Do 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 do. I feel like I'm just batch processing. I love the attribute editor. It's so good. So good. Alright, here's my plane. And that is living in the... Is that X? Z. Okay. Uh-huh. Just go wide. My young son. Go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Something that sort of resembles that shape right here. Today. It's supposed to be about that big. Control the boundaries. Cool. Now I have another space that I can select. Let's add an existing material called checker. Yeah. It's beautiful. If not a bit rotated. Alright, what are you? Yeah, I get it, thank you. Are you the handle? You are the handle. This party is off the handle. Ooh, putting your 3DS on Reddit game swap. I've never done this. I mean, what is your 3DS? I painted mine. I have it around here somewhere. It's like a custom paint job. I'm all proud of it. I put it on the 3DS subreddit like 2 years ago. And it's amazing how little acts of fandom will get like 10,000 people to go to your blog for no reason. But see, it's like a Super Metroid, or it's a Metroid paint job type of thing, where you're part Metroid, part logo, part Samus. Wow, that was fun. And actually, the tape actually, like, I use like tape to cover it. It's all stenciled, and it took me like a couple hours to do. But I'm really proud of it. Playing Tales of the Abyss. I don't know if that'll come up at all. Today we're gonna figure out how to kill the Elder Gods or something. If you haven't killed God in a JRPG, then you're nowhere near the end. It's a new 3DS White with a wood Mario faceplate. That seems like it would feel really nice. Yeah, I don't know if you can avoid scams online by dealing locally. I don't know if that's the way to do it. I know that, through some trust or like low risk exchanges, right? I've gotten some games on Steam. That's pretty sweet. Goodness, I just realized. All right, let's see, who else doesn't. Selection tool is a good clue to if you have any stray faces. Like, that seems more like the center. What's this do? Oh, it's beautiful. What is this guy? Contour sketch map. Contour stretch mapping? It's neat, but I don't understand it. And this makes a bit more sense. It's kind of the same as a planar would generate, right? Oh, you can't see us. That's fine. Thank you. I like it a lot. That's there was like I put a weird. It was right before Smash was coming out. Smash was to come out for 3DS, and I was like, oh, get the heck out of here. And just you catch the fever. You fever up the hype. You go and you talk to the guy about. Let's go edge. I'm just gonna kind of walk up this edge and unwrap it like if it were a box. If it were a box, then how might I be able to construct this in papercraft? Um, and I tried to like be all, vertical and do like a tutorial. Oh gosh, and then you have to whatever. You know, get the art that you like, and then draw it, and then whatever. I should probably go all the way up to the end here. I'm gonna cut UVs here. Now I have this whole thing pretty laid out. We can probably just unfold it. Let's make you a UV. Unfold. What the? That's neat. Actually did exactly what I was expecting it to do. But it looks like there's something that was still connected. Oh, I see. This UV is part of that group. I don't want that. Go back. Let's try this unfold thing again. What else? What are my options? Oh, I see. I can choose to pack. Prevent self-border intersections. Prevent triangle flips. Yes. Okay. And unfold 3D. Oh, seems like somebody's made a new friend. I'm kind of expecting this thing. Well, actually, to do that, right? If I was to look at this with my texture display, assign existing material checker. Huh? Right. This kind of makes that distance a bit long. Whoa. To shell. Should shrink it way the heck down. There we go. Let's look at that again. It's so cool. I don't know, something about that algorithm. It just makes me giggle. Right? Perfect. It isn't on angle, but it's pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool, huh? I can live with that. And uniformly scaling it will zoom us in. Oh, zoom us right on in there. Yeah, alright. And then we can rotate it and make it look like we meant to do that. Alright. Woo. Does not go on forever. But that does kind of what I expect. Where this is the front, like this face, right? And then it poops out. What's this? Copy link. Address. Let's go to my browser of power. See what he's. Yes, that looks cool. Does it feel nice? Like. I think the new 3DS is quite stylish. It seems like the version that they should have released, right? And I think that we're probably going to experience the same thing with the new Nintendo system. Is they're gonna like have a soft launch for the 3DS, and then or soft launch like they did for the 3DS. Maybe that'll like I wouldn't say entitle, but like their ambassador program worked out, for me as an ambassador with a whole bunch of Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Advance games. That's dope. That makes it a good thing because I'm a fan who will totally buy that crap like immediately. Um, yeah, I did get an XL, but like, dude, right? Those 20 games that you just have kicking around on your system. Hey, that ain't suck. I mean, I kind of went back to play that just to say I've beaten all of them. It's very cool. Hey, have you had a bug with? I think it's either Ice Climbers or there's another game in this list. Hold on a sec. Uh oh, Wrecking Crew, one of my favorite NES games. Um, is Wrecking Crew, which is a super cool game to have on here. So Wrecking Crew, Balloon Fight, or Ice Climbers. I keep having problems where I can't even like log into the thing or something. Like I can't even not even log in is remotely the correct term. Um, I can't start the thinking game up. Like I know that some of them you have to press like select and start to go through menus. But they just don't seem to work. I don't know what that's about. Oh well, the future is now. What was my transformation? What axis am I looking at here? And why are you rotated so far out? 90 degrees, 900 degrees. I just want my transform tool to be a bit more understandable. Look at that. That's good looking mesh. Yeehaw. Um, 2x2. Yes. Hey. I should like 3D model all the time. Somebody was telling me ages ago, or by ages I mean like 3 years ago. You don't have them. Oh. I don't know then. I definitely didn't buy this game separately. But Metroid Fusion's on there. People really like Wario for some reason. It's because he's cute. Um, do 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 do. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, those are yet another unwrap. And maybe I want this to share materials. I don't know. But it seems good to me. It's like now that I'm happy with how they're laid out. Actually, there are a couple of things. There are a couple of things that I see are going to be an issue. Let's do this real quick. To shell and smooth. I know that painting the outside edge is not going to be that simple until now. And that's all that does. That's all it gives us. Um, I think I remember that a lot of the terms from unwrapping come from like if you work with if you're like a seamster or a seamstress. I think I prefer it over super. I think so too. I don't know. Super Metroid I really love. It's like a really hard. It's the girl that took you to the dance right there. Like it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to say for sure. But it is a valuable entry in a beloved series. Super Metroid I think I got to define a lot more of my experience, right? And and role play more. You're a space chick. Who doesn't want to be a space chick? Think about it. Um Then there's kind of, you know, the other kin of Metroid, Metroid Prime fans, which is acceptable. You know, I have nothing to say against these people. Awesome. Yeah, good to go. All right, 2 down. Just burn through this last couple. This last set here, right here. Yeah. You are the dividing line between Immortals and Patriots or something. I don't watch football, but if I did, I would be a rapper. What? Oh, I see. It is good. I really like the Metroid games a lot. I really like Other M. I really do. A lot of people don't, and I, you know, that's their thing. That's all right. I'm guessing I'm getting Bennett's Facebook messages or something popping up on my computer. You can't see them because the couch is blocking them, but I'm fairly certain it's not my Facebook notifications. I'm in somebody else's social media right now. Hello, Donovan42. What's going on? I'm just unwrapping a couple iterations of this artwork. It's pretty good, I suppose. We're also talking about video games. We should have some music playing. I wanted to show you guys, Ishwanda. I think I already have. Maybe. Perhaps. SoundCloud Jesus. You know, I'll just get his music. It's ishwanda.bandcamp.com. Usually just listen to some tunes and talk games and work on games. And I'm working on New Ren. And that's what's up. My mic is really quiet. I had to turn my volume to max. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Let me double check that. Make sure that I'm good. On my my other car. I guess my computer might be loud. I can't tell. Why are you so low? Oh man. There we go. The music just crushes me. So what I'm gonna do is get our compressor to behave. Yeah? Yeah. Should be about there. Attack quickly and give me about 12 decibels back. Yeah? Go. Faster? Can you hear me? I can hear me. There's potential for echo in this room that I don't need. Doritos? What? If I can just lean a little closer, get that feedback. Come on. Believe. Yes. Oh crap. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna assume that works. Sounds a bit better. It's a bit closer to what I'm going for. I don't feel like yelling today. All dozen of you strange bots and folks who are hanging out with us. I'm the cleanest with the... I don't know what the heck these guys are talking about. I just don't speak this language. I actually do. And I really... you ever miss nerdcore? I'm serious. I'm serious. What is that? What happened to my selection? What is this garbage? Let's try that again. Look how everyone's lived. These guys have like that Dr. Seuss inspired kind of flow. Dr. Seuss. Sure. I'll endorse Dr. Seuss style raps. Super Contra? We're good now. Good. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that that was set up properly. Behold the top of my head as I lean in. Yeah, these guys are pretty gangster. Stigmata. With a hook that sounds like a definition of the term found in the dictionary. Stigmata. Whoa, I just saw a pretty disturbing graphical error. If that were to remain true. Alright. Best guessing that plane. Convert me to UVs, please. Sweet. Boing. Oh, we have this fin on top too. That'll make it interesting. Oh, but maybe it's less interesting than I thought. It's fine. That's what we do. If I don't have... Oh, okay. I haven't played this Contra game. I was playing Mario Kart last night with a friend of mine, though. I know that's completely related to what you're saying. Very, very southern. very dirty South technique. I want to see us do a live show again, or like a full set, you know. This Kansas City game is very interesting. Just because you think you're analyzing doesn't mean you're saying anything worth a damn. It looks kind of sci-fi-ish, but it could be an archway from an F-Zero game or a doorway in Doom. Actually, Donovan 42. We are producing 3D assets for a sci-fi space opera type of thing. I don't know why I'm into space opera so much these days. But here's the concept art that we're working with. And you may be able to tell that I've been making assets that very much resemble this type of thing. So here's that plate that I just finished, I think around the time that you came in, and the rest of this thing itself. And I think the one that I'm on right now is the original that has like the right, yeah. Because the other ones are variants that have similar proportions, of course, and elements, but they're really just copied and pasted kind of clones. And so, that is what we're doing it for. We have concept art, and I'm taking it there. You know? But it is an F-Zero like game, very heavy music, and I think it will be on rails of one form or another. We're gonna experiment with that. We have our VR set up. What? We're in the building. Please excuse me. And so, yeah, that's kind of what it's about. I just want to make it look just good. And when you're at the stage of development, you know, we're kind of prototyping art. We're taking what they did in the demo, which you can try. It is on our Kickstarter page for the project, which is already passed. Don't worry about giving us money for that. Worry about supporting our stream while we get that done. That's why I'm here. So that looks like all of the faces that I want. Let me double check the inside here, because I want to get, yeah, that division. I'm glad that line is there. Yes, sir. You, haha, you almost got away. You got this close. Being able to see such little adjustments in contrast with sunglasses on is a skill in and of itself. Got lights in my face. My eyes look black. Color correction makes me crazy looking. So hopefully that's descriptive. So is that a different model? When I joined at first, I thought it was a different texture and lighting layers. Oh, yeah. So there are different. They're just different meshes. They're all kind of variants of this first one. As you can see, I kind of copied the right side to the left and welded those together. And same thing, copying the left to the right, and I think flipping them, I believe. Like this side has this kind of gouge in it, where I think that's on the front or something like that. I don't know. But I just wanted to make kind of different versions so that I can use them like a family, use them as a team. Here we go. So, you're looking good. Let's flip that over. Excellent. And Olay, yeah? Finally I have this section, which is going to be every other face. Same stuff, different release. I really like how that cylindrical map came out. And you can see the seams of that UV. Check this out. There's like one face that is not accounted for. Ah, you look like you think you've gotten away. Yep. That's unacceptable. I will not stand for it. That's the fastest way to go that far. You know what? We'll walk it through. At least we know we'll be accurate in that, right? So, let's do this again. See that? I do. One of these things has to be completely front facing, right? Like this line. Oh no, this, yeah, that should just belong to this side. Alright. So here's what we'll do. Just add to that selection. I mean, maybe we could do it like this. It looks like they all kind of live in here. Nope. Wrong. And you realize you're just not as gangster as your internet friends. Yeah, they're just slightly different. I'm sorry, I'm double checking. I'll usually answer your question more than once, or respond to your comment more than once. Just to stay sharp. I'm also trying to listen to these lyrics and thinking about just how hard these people are, and what music maybe they are listening to, you know? Is to better understand my fellow man, and maybe make something appealing also to them. At the top of the hour, you might have heard a new beat that I made this week. It's nothing special, but it is something that I like, and I haven't been able to do that as often as I like. I mean, who does? Alright. So you also need to create a face here. Let's just do that. Cool. It is, of course, just, we gotta talk about drugs. These people feel that music. What do you think? Ah, yes. Who the heck is... Oh, I see. I don't know if Bennett's watching the stream, but I'm having a one-sided conversation with Scotty. Or, I'm not having a conversation, but they keep popping up. Uh, oh, it's funny. How can I manipulate these things? Can I manipulate these UVs at all? Like, I know that should be unfolded. I think it might have to do with the projection itself. Okay, go back to this component. Yeah, I just can't select it. Is like caps lock on? I don't know. UVs. Just lay him out. Yeah, this guy is just not budging. That's not cool. It's almost like this is selected. Huh. Can't remember why this would do that. What are you? Oh, it's like these are actually cut. You are selected. Let's try doing that one more time. What is that? Oh, I like this guy's flow. What are they saying? Music is my life.
I ain't shit. Used to pray for this. Every day still never want to take a risk. I'm afraid of it. It's sacred. Trying to chase dreams when I know my faithfulness. Couldn't pay for a fifth of the lit. Get grip, get lit. Privilege of the rich. Life is a bitch. Playing with the tits. Ain't 16s, put them all in the clip. Die for this, I would rise for this mantra. It's confidence, fuck that sovereign. This godliness is filling in my chakras. Parliaments, niggas try to tell me what they honor is. Apocalypse, obvious, conquering tribalist. Me and Econs gonna topple it. At the bottom with bottomless bottle drip. Henny all up in my goblet. Get sick in the mind, better suit a fit. Get pulled over, well you better use the vest. What's next? They don't need long sleeves wrong, and they squeeze only the chrome on your dome and neck. Put that on my set. We devour, we could cowards. I don't get no rest. Die like he was sour, Greek is sour. Han Solo, stone in the slab. Zones for the cash, work on the dash. Berserk in the trap, prep in the back. Burst for a stack, get murked if you rap. Living this
That is the edge.
right to survive, they right to suffice. No pretending my pen, the mic is my vice. Call God if I need some advice. Bitch, I'm an artist. Music is my life. I'd rather die on the stage. Down back Daryl in his prime. Something like pocket lint. A mad Jimmy rolling. Don't make me Aerosmith. Let me sing for the moment.
This is my life. I wanted to sing like this. This is why I was born.
So UVs. There
I
we
saved
go.
someone, just as I was saved. I finally
No.
found it.
I want you to move up to you. You know what I mean?
Iwasawa?
I would explain why I can't smooth those UVs, because they're not actually dealing with. Is this a remix of Senpai? That's cool. This song made me a fan instantly.
Every lad bitch in your home call me. Every lad one of your wife will call me. Every lad bitch in your home call me. Yeah, so when I spit, they be like, please don't, baby. It's one automatic, what? Kansas City County. I write it, then I kill it like my last name was Igami. Got to kill like I'm a kami, looking for me in Megami. Yeah, know you might be salty cause your shawty call me. But hey, whatever, fuck it. I'm just trying to get my ducats in the hood like a Orochimaru.
It's like the karaoke version.
Dopest ninja guiding with that pistol on my nightstand. Control rock trigger finger like Miggy in my right hand. Now my people, they ain't Nico, but they got them birds on deck. Got that Masamune on me and I put it on your neck. Flagging like a manga mine, I do it to the left. And them cousins call me Kami, now I do it shit to death. Oh, spirit in a young body, something like I'm Genkai. Girl, look just like that chick from Super Sentai. Take it to the crib, man, finna make a hentai. Bet you ain't know that she call me. Every lad bitch in your harem call me. Every lad one and your wife will call me. Every lad bitch in your harem call me. So when I spit, they be like, please notice. Every lad bitch in your harem call me. Every lad one and your wife will call me. Every lad bitch in your
Flippy Monkey, are you gonna help Scotty move this one?
they be like, please notice. Back from the dead.
Guess it's a Saturday.
Fredo, I know you ain't no angel, put a bullet through your halo. A devil coming out the blue. Kasue Kato, my
Looking
name
for another tool.
do everything I say. Though choppers on deck like Nami or Luffy. These rappers all pussy, smell like a plate of sushi. With my homie Master Roshi, sipping Yamazaki. Your girl laid up with me, put her sleep like I'm a jockey. Hey, Slizzy up a Saki, out your bobbing and weaving. Old snaking ass fuckboys all robbing and thieving. Hit his ass with that uranium, turn him to a blood stain. I'm coming back in no black like a PlayStation 1 game, strapped to the beat. Call that boy Alicorn like Fox with a sword. I go nuts, I go hella hard, and I'm spinning flame. Beat it out the brain. Claim on top
Are they not
yeah, bitch, you know my name.
connected to each other?
Bitch in your harem, call me. Every lad
The result is a modifier that doesn't make any sense.
bitch in your harem, call me. So when I spit, they be like, please notice. Every lad bitch in your harem, call me. Every lad one of your they be like, please no.
Yeah, it's not including this face. And connecting it to that thing. That's what's flipping that. Kamehameha. Axis am I looking at here? Z. This might be the best track. I see these faces. Really just right here. I want you. I want you to resist the urge to fight fire with force. You're gonna lose. Yeah, there we go. I've heard Kamea so many times that I'm starting to think that it's like a public position. That's pretty great. Khmer, yeah, I'm telling you, I hear it. It's the Khmer. I'm the Khmer mayor. this up. Oh, that's what I'm pressing. D. It allows me to. It's kind of like insert. It allows me to move this over. Anyway, that's good. Just scale it up a bit. Holy. This song is about how bad your mixtape is. How do I mean, can I just... Oh, gosh. That makes the most sense to me, right? Snapping and sewing. Just I want to merge or sew, whatever. I just do that. Yeah, you. Exactly. Whatever that is. Did we do it? Are we good? I think it's VVP. Nope.
Turn 28 tomorrow, don't feel no different. Been the same since first frame of the game that I'm living. I'm just praying that I'm winning. Tony Hawk on my grind, got these weaves hating on me.
I want these connect.
But I'm doing just fine. I'm connected with some heavyweights. I demonstrate my mental state when I'm on that beat. Anyway, this shit right here is therapy. To placate my stress, you can bang with the best or get played like my nest. Got it stained on my flesh. Rip this mic off my chest if it's the last one left for me to die on the rest. Till the time of my death, I'ma bleed on the page. You can have the mixtape. All I need you to pay.
I don't know. I must need a break or something. Because I cannot get my head right around why I was able to do this with such ease a second ago. Oh well. Ooh, there's a clue. Alright, I know what that's about. We've moved on to real otaku gangster items. Do it. It's just neat. It's kind of like the where are they now of my internet, you know, comrades. I'm not even front about being considered not or as, but I will remain respecting of moderation groove. Should make a new album called Everything in Moderation.
I'm antisocial, just let the bars speak for me. I'm no coastal, Midwest if you seeking me. Most my family, don't even speak to me. What up to Miami, y'all ain't paid so peep to me. Syrup sipper, pulling up till I fall flat. They say that shit kill Pimp C, I can't afford enough for all that. Most these rappers suck, but they live it up and they ball fat. And I got bars on my asshole, but I'm broke as fuck. What you call that? This one automatic, Northside till they murder me. This hood's my heart, couldn't take it out with surgery. ACMO, my MO, no perjury. You don't like no white rappers, you must not heard of me. I die for my Nakama, a sinner, but I'm sincere. I ain't got no friends, just ask my friends, we all kidding here. Y'all can't wait to tell y'all raising hell, but I've been here. Fuck you and your fake crew, y'all fuck boys, we in here. Away, hold up, go and take a break and roll up. We ain't looking for the fame, but so what? Respect up on my
Might be my favorite track on this album so far. I don't know. Next to Kameyer Mayer. Kamayers. I like when he gets serious, you know? And by that I mean like when he talks about his troubles when he's doing the hip hop blues. I think that's like a really good or like important other side of what would be considered that, you know, southern style. Almost done, guys. Do you feel it? Got objects over here. That looks interesting. This one looks better. I think I might reconsider what I did by splitting that guy in half. Like I did that already. Although this time I did let the computer kind of do it. I mean, by now we should be a master of this problem, right? What is this purple? It means it's doing like a flat map, right? It's double. Mm-hmm.
From that scissor blade slit, I trim the fat. I'm in my prime, but something's missing in my life. Like, hold up, I'm closed up, I'm
Got UVs.
I'm torn up.
To edge loop. Cut UVs again. And then I guess I could just go to the seam. It's kind of the same thing. I guess that's a good thing about repeating. 2UV, UV. You learn maybe a faster way.
She told me come home safe because I miss you. I'm out here in
Nope.
the streets, girl. Papers what I give, boo. I gotta keep us both clean, baby. Plus
I'm missing other seams. I wish I could just show seams. I think I can. I forgot how to do it. Like, is it in show? No. Give me a minute. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. I'll be right with you. You're hanging out with Ish Wonder. My name's Ben, but we're listening to SoundCloud Jesus. Just get Ishida's music. I'll paste it in chat again. He's pretty cool. Shout out to these guys, these moderating guys. This is the new release. Look at this. Here comes that Ish one. What up? Be right back.
She told me come home safe because we built this. And I've waited my entire life just to feel this. The ring you put on my finger says that it seals this. I'm like, come on baby, calm down, what the deal is. She told me come home safe because I need you. You out here doing too much, pissing off these people. And every killer in the hood say they wanna eat you. Calm down baby, I don't wanna leave you. She told me come home safe because I love you. They can have the world baby, all I want's you. You can keep the money in the car and the drugs too. I would give anything right now just to hug you. She told me come home safe, so I did. Feeling like the man, feeling like the shit, till I saw them bullet holes covering my crib. I ain't know what I was missing until I did. So come home safe.
Markings on my mind. Man at the crossroads, at odds with an angry sky.
My job don't pay me enough to be a fucking rapper. Should've kept selling dope, became a fucking pastor. Should I stay in school? Got my fucking masters. Now ain't fall for the okey doke, you grimy fucking bastards. Fuck the small talk, most these rappers all talk. You famous off saying that you famous, you a ball hawk. We skilled, willed, real. Everything that y'all not, you can get your shots, you can get your fucking jaw locked. Head in the clouds to keep my dreams in sight. Cup of cognac, smoking on that tree of might. Haters wanna see me die, wanna see me fry. Drop a line to Shamrock, tell them I wish they fucking tried. Kansas City call me Papa Molly after dinner. Used to post up in the alley, puffing on a half a dinner. I'm a father to these artists, word to Master Splinter, and you know we fucking lit like the plaza in the winter. Father to these artists, word to Master Splinter, and you know we fucking lit like the plaza in the winter. Father to these artists, word to Master Splinter, and you know we fucking lit like the plaza in the winter. Kansas City call me Papa Molly after dinner. Used to post up in the alley, puffing on a half a dinner. I'm a father to these artists, word to Master Splinter, and you know we fucking lit like the plaza in the winter. One more time for my street bound otaku, a dragon in disguise. Looking like I'm Haku, she looking like a star off a video on Fox. Walk with that pipe on her face like a Zaku. Making hip hop for these nerdy kids that brought me back to life. I'm bringing twice the skill, charging half the price. You don't owe me shit, roll your tune and pass the dice. I'm just saving up some karma for the fucking afterlife. My city stay ignoring it, strangers stay supporting it. Maybe I'm looking for that love at all the incorrect coordinates. Maybe I need a compass, a tone with some lore in it. Still searching for a stone with the motherfucking sword in it. From rags to riches sounds too good to be true, but maybe I can cop me a caddy with the beautiful view. Build me something to be proud of, make it do what it do. And if you bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. Something to be proud of, make it do what it do. And if you bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. Something to be proud of, make it do what it do. And if you bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. Raise the riches sounds too good to be true. And if I can cop me a caddy with the beautiful view. Build me something to be proud of, make it do what it do. And if you bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. Bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. Beautiful too. Beautiful too. Bumping on my music shit, you beautiful too. I'm finally off probation, still a fucking problem. Still watching for these demons, police is what we call them. God's in my corner, I call them on my squadron. Young Johnny Lassie, Northside, still mobbing. The man in my city, nah, not really. But Google me, bitch, I got fans from
My cousin let that dope overcome his fucking body. He used to be alive, now he a motherfucking zombie. I used to get crazy, now I just get wavy. Holla Christ, I heard a monster, can somebody save me? Feeling like I'm Kratos, climbing my way out of Hades. I'll just hop up in my whip and disappear in the Euphrates. Rolling down Houston Street, rolling down Houston Street, rolling down Houston Street, zoning out to the motherfucking beat.
Lucia, give me your hand. I can't get up. Sure. It's the least I can do, Nappa. Maybe you won't be such a disappointment.
Oh God, I'm coming to the summit, straight out of slumming. Got a centurion, the bullets in that motherfucking drumming. On God, it's over. Straight dope is my aroma, and all you with a Nova, last soldier of Jehovah. On God, it's time I spectate. It's time you getting decimated. While still debated by the educated, that's why I'm most anticipated. All your gay shit came out of movie. I still got homies in the streets with the ooze. Still feel like I'm watching Sailor Moon. Cause you rappers still pussy. Vocalized verbose, verbiage, very violent, vilified verses. I'm hanging with holy hermits, haranguing hoes in the holy hearses. My music moist, you may miss it. Puny peons pouting pissy. Daily devils doubt and diss me. With that bullshit, homie, miss me. On God, rappers like sex to me, till the death of me. That's the recipe. Boss burn like cigarettes in the gang of misfits. Cause I keep my real homies next to me. While I was a child, I floated down the night when a basket with nothing but a Bible and a rifle. Ryan with my title, you must be suicidal. When I fire, I'm only hitting organs that are vital. These rappers call themselves God, but they blind to the facts when they look God in his eye. A look of sheer terrors, how they react. I'm on top of the game and under the ground, on top of the throne and under the crown. Got the top of the crop grown under a wop with a thunderous sound, just under a pound. On God.
Humans who would dare to play God must pay a steep price for their arrogance. That is true.
Why, God? How did I disappoint you? You were incapable of believing in yourself.
On God, raps is like a boxing match, it's like boxing practice with John the Baptist. I'm blessing rappers with these right hooks. When I write hooks, it's like common smashing into the side of the plant. You all died in the panic. Your souls never rose in the darkness bands. It's like karma setting in jet. Hearts are venomous like Armageddon, and I'm on the damn. The legendary layer of linguistics, the master mage foretold by mystics. Just a saying, slaying Satan, and I'm bang, bang, banging with the biscuit. You hecklers never halted my hustle. Catch a motherfucking knuckle to the fucking neck muscle. My bitch will wreck and squirt. She wet and leave a pussy straight line in a puddle.
For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth too shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover the slain. So says the word of the Lord.
On God, I'm coming to the summit, straight out of slumming. Got a centurion of bullets in that motherfucking drumming. On God, it's over. Straight dope is my aroma, and all you with a Nova, last soldier of Jehovah. On God, relations these peasants hating, bring strongest warrior, witness the death of greatness. I'm at the head of my clan with a pen in my hand, and the end of the land is our destination. So walk with me as I etch my name in the hallways of history.
Ace with aces. Ace word until you ace to the ace. Huh. Alright, let's finish this up. I don't know how many more tracks we have left in our wonderful Ish Wonder playlist. 2. Might be perfect. 1 looks like it's got huge Dick Dastardly things going on with it. I think it might be BBP, who is collecting checks from our taxman over here. And all of our other things are unwrapped nicely. This one, not so nice. I wouldn't even call that nice. Other side. I want you to appear as a square. Imagine yourself as a square. Good. Alright, and your friend. Do the same. This is an old track.
Hello there. The niggas so fair to play with no care, but nah. So display with no fear, and for they old gear, this stuff chubby, yo, guap. I'm trying to put dick in the life of this game. I
Let's do that.
be trying to maybe wanna pull up in a with a lap for the hot for the but let me stop. My intention is that of a farmer's ambition to trying to whip it like me in the kitchen, the chemist with beakers and pirates and do the I ain't talking about dancing, getting that safe for that. For I do get something, snatch you up out your stinkers as if you were up in a for the sound of the one when I'm off in the fire to who them needs in the commit treason in that man league in the proper I'm the king of this jungle, revered and yet humble, the hoof of the thunderous with the poisonous ink of this treacherous pit, dip it in and stir it with some take a sip, ain't the motion, the potion, producing, inducing, inertia. Now my words are loose, the weakest person. Trip the hell, the police, they have the person. My person, in the face of the crowd, and I'm blazing it now. Aiming it out, draped in the vows of the pagan, the styles, even faces I count on.
Hi, welcome back. More or less the same thing.
And a little bit conceited in my brain powered by plants, but I'm barely ever weeded, but I'm drinking on that mud mixed with virgin blood. You punks cannot get it up, and I just cannot get enough. Bitches know I rip though, keep lead in my pencil. I'm sipping on that schizo and chilling with the nympho. Big bro, put me on that street shit. You need to speak with Jesus before I grip that thing, unleash that rain and tear your block to pieces. To cease this? Never. I'm gunning for that cheddar with my caution set directly on that bitchy pussy lever. Is that better? Behead her and leave her in the bushes. But I always been a psychopath, just needed some excuses. Tombstones, fire and brimstone. Fire and brimstone. Brimstone, fire and brimstone. Fire and brimstone.
Hey man, if this is the end of the world, shouldn't I hit up your girl and spittle these pearls on her curls, making her hurl as the meteors eat up the world?
Is that who I think it is?
Father Earth, causing a rift in the dirt. I'm drifting around in a hearse and I'm bumping junkies, screaming in trunks. See a fucked up nerd. Die every birth, you ain't a messiah. Eternity damned to a fiery furnace. You burned and blasted black and cashed. Ashes worthless, filling an urn. Mad cabbie phantasm, giving yo Sally back spasm. Keep it chain and cross as mementos. Blossom on your rocks in the ectoplasm. Bust a nut, son. Ruckus on the riverfront. Tough love, pump, gun, grunt. Shut up your liver, punk. Hallelujah, doomsday Shiva. I get rugged, split you frayed, and you get bricks tied up to your legs, singing down like lead in an ocean grave.
Save the drama for the Aquaman is hopeless, not Obama. Spear go through you like a tuna chopper. Screw you, need a suture. I'm Omega Man in Alpha Step, sarcoma, hard and tumors. Lucifer, you're flying downwards, cause your life was just minutia.
Tombstones, fire and brimstone. Fire and brimstone.
Cool. Planar mapping.
Fire and brimstone. 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 What up, y'all? This is Ashita. I just want to thank you for listening to SoundCloud Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank my Nakama family, the Epitome, Bunny, Ekash, Jarrell, Young Rare, Visions, you know, everybody that fuck with me, all the producers that was involved with this, Musicality, Grizzly FOG, Slay, fucking Risey K, Natsu Fuji,
You know what I'm saying? Man, most of all, I just want to thank y'all, man. I got one last little thing for y'all here, so stay tuned. I hope you keep fucking with me. One love today, 1-6. One love to the anime rap community. Let's get it. Probably should shout out to other rappers that's featured on this bitch too, huh? But y'all know I love you, man. Ha ha!
Ha ha. Alright, I'm gonna err on the side of that's the one we want. This would be good for, like, I'd like to hear like a rock band behind this track. Get like crayon droids on this, I think would be pretty good actually. Yeah, no. Cool track though. Very weird, chill version of this track. I remember when that single came around. I just don't know what to say anymore to a lot of these guys. Not that we're not changing fast enough or whatever, but you know. Let's get in here. Let's Bob Ross it up a bit. I hope school's doing well. How's chat doing? I know there's a few you kicking around. Didn't peak at too high a number of folks today. Got a little bit Nintendo philosophical, which is a conversation that I like to have. Ravi and I talk about that all the time. Always messing with that Nintendo information. I think it'll work out. You know? I didn't realize how much of a hit we were dealing with until after meeting up with a bunch of geeks from this here community that were 3DS, you know, carrying. That is the card that you need to show at the door. I think that's kind of cool. That looks pretty good. Let's get a planar map of you. The heck out over here. And so now I have the outside rim, which we're kind of talking about, looking at. Looks like I messed up my map a bit. And I want to know how or why that happened. Aha. I have found you. Alright? Yeah, because it should either be all blue or all red. I shouldn't be messing with these edges. What this says to me is that there's like an internal face. I'm just gonna deselect you and you, just to be sure. Let's try that again. Make sure that I have what I'm looking for. Yeah, see, it looks like there's some more on the top here, right? These two faces. Just like that. Just like this. I think that means that there are faces on the inside here, actually. Yep, and on the back side as well. This edge. Not very nice. It's like this and like that. One more time. Good. That looks much better. That looks a little bit more like what I would expect. Okay. So now I can take U faces. If I'm in face selection mode, I have just the outside for the third time. And it's going to take a little bit of trickery. Namely, doing this twice. Maybe negative 90. I want the overhead. There we go. Boom. Blam. To UV. Smooth UV tool. They're like, nope. Thank you for playing. We could do it like this. I think like that. Oh, see, it did the same thing where it disconnected these faces. I think that just means that it's done. It's tired and gone. Because I can't really unfold that bit anymore. So what I want to do is go to UV selection. Forget this other tool. We're going to flip it like so. I think I'm going to stick to this method of getting these separated. UV to shell. Just want both of those shells. I have one above and one below. Not in any particular order. Let's assign that checker material we made. Boom. To the object. I can't assign it to UVs. That doesn't make any sense. Cool. Yes, yes. Yes. Who are you? Yes. You flip over. Let's try smoothing you, just to get that surface area back. Same thing over here. Should be pretty much identical. Although the inside does have more detail on one side. There's like a longer curve. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright. Let's flip this guy around using that snap rotation character. Make sure that they're not touching. Now don't be touching. Good. Whoop. It's perfect. And so that'll create a bit more variance. I want to maximize, and I want to create just enough space to maybe get a couple more pixels out of this shell. and we can get really accurate, but we have to be mindful that we're gonna render this out at like a 1K or 2K map. And so I need those islands to be pretty well defined so that I can manipulate them in the future. See, like a trip to the doctor's office, that wasn't so bad now, was it? No. So now those are all done. Beautiful. And in what time? Look at how they all overlap. We have this variant of that guy doing this thing to someone, and we'll see kind of how they look. And it should be pretty easy to work with. I have great pride. It looks pretty good. Neat. So that is saved and worked. Yeah, no, Dogen, the talk about about Nintendo games was great. I'm into that. As a Nintendo fan, that's satisfying. I think that there are lots of those people. Fans of Nintendo. They're alright. Awesome. Maybe we'll get into that. I really want to get a dev kit for the Nintendo Switch, though I'm sure that there are limitations on how much of that process we can stream. But maybe we can negotiate something, I don't know. It's kind of expensive. But what it does cover is quite fantastic. Let's see. I don't know if I have like a completed folder. I do have a character base that we can kind of start with. That should be a lot simpler. Because we already have such well-defined geometry. Like, what I would love to do is do this mesh smooth operation. So that way, the actual, like, mesh version, if I hit 1, right, looks pretty close to right. It's not 100%. But, you know, that's a thing to think about. Now we're working with real geometry. Right? Instead of having this, like, proxy, we have a geometry that pretty much represents the same thing. And it's hard to tell the difference between the two, except maybe that we've 130,000 triangles versus 9,000, right? 8,080. You know, that's crazy. We're pretty much doubling our poly count for the full effect. So, but that's definitely workable. I think we managed to get our booty under control. We did that today. We can unwrap her next. As you can see, there isn't really... We started with a box, right? And so we have what appears to be a box, but clearly isn't. And for that, we're going to use a lot of the same techniques that we have for skinning our other stuff. So, like, let's say I really want to start with, like, a full map, right? If I go to object mode and do something like a spherical map, right? We have something that's kind of messy. But I can definitely take, like, I would even have to, I think unwrapping half of it and doing it probably would be good as well. But I have such good edge loops that I can do really cool stuff that make it a lot faster. So, like, we can get the arm out. I have to decide where I want that seam to be. It looks like this is our best candidate, right? So I can take an edge loop just like that. I have a loop right around the shoulder. I can cut those UVs, and then I can select all of the arm, let's say. Alright, and grow selection, control. To contained faces, I believe. Let's grow selection again. Grow it one more time. Alright, and do a cylindrical map of the arm. The arm's kind of like a cylinder, except projected the wrong way. So I want you to be rotated. What is that? The x-axis, yes. Do-do. Yep. Good. Right. Then change our distance here. It is a full wraparound. The radius is a little bit out of control. Whoa! But I can manipulate that. Let's go back to 6. Let's make a new material because I don't have a checker in this pattern, so I'll start with that. Do the same thing by giving it a checkered pattern. Alright, and we can see that up to here. That's pretty good. And the hands we can also unwrap. You know? Edge to edge loop. And I'll cut UVs. And so now when I go and select this face, CUVs, and then to shell, I'm just kind of moving from one thing to the next. That I have this type of lovely UV set, right? Just the arm all the way down to the wrist. Cool. Smooth the UVs just a bit. Whoa! I love that effect. I would buy a dozen of it. And you can see this seam right here is not in a great spot. I really want this type of thing, the seam, to reappear below the arm, right? Or we can put armor on top of it. But those are things that we have to consider moving forward. Let's see. And I should definitely just consider unwrapping half of this thing. That works for me. What's the best way to skin the hand here, right? We can go to edge to a loop. And I should be able to get a loop that goes all the way around this hand, right? I kind of want to peel like the inside even. Looks like it goes up to about there and splits. So we're gonna continue that loop this way. See where that gets us. It's just not the right loop. You'd think like maybe here? There we go. And so now I have a loop that goes all the way up the arm even. You don't really need it to go that far. I mean, it does connect to the other side. Not saying anything, but that's like pretty good. I think I managed to select everything that I wanted from layout. That's pretty nice. And this we can do with a planar map, but I want to sew this first. So cut UVs. And then do select the faces, right? Missed one. Do a planar map here. I'm gonna do one based on camera, one of my first little favorite methods. Because I already have that seam cut, I can select that face and go to the shell. Whoa. Select the face and take the UV to the shell. And it should separate that in half. I could be totally off about that. We can get detail, the edge to edge loop. I can deselect the edges I don't want, like this. And that should leave me with information going just around the hand as well. And we'll cut those UVs right there. Whoa. Alright. I just want one of those. Amazing. So I have the back of the hand and the front of the hand, right? Right. And I can use that to inform whether or not I want to like, oh, do I want like the pinky? That's like an outside face. And otherwise we'll do the same thing. So in this view, I have the inside of the hand. It's gonna be smoothed down. Whoa, googly. Whoa. Let's keep going. It's like an octopus freeing a pickle from a jar. Of course, we discussed the other day that this has to do with this thing just facing the wrong way. 2 UVs, smoothing. There we go. It's kind of gross, right? I need to not have this thing overlap, though. And I'm missing a face. So many details. How are we doing on the other side? It's actually not bad. Amazing. And so on and so forth. And so... thank you for the game I mentioned before on 3DS. It's free version too, by the way. What? What? Castilla, Maladita, Duda. Let's have a look. Oh, this game. Okay. Is there a free version on PC? We saw this recently on this stream. $20. Yeah, Creative Commons. Oh, it reminds me I have to check out this other game. Download for free, donate to support. Let's download the game. Yeah, put it in downloads. That'd be great. Very good. I will definitely try it. Probably right now. I think we've run the stream pretty long for today. I want to kind of continue in the off hours and like kind of like I did with this model, get it to a place where I'm only doing like final tweaks. I don't really think that this is super necessary to unwrap either, especially if we have an existing character rig and other elements. We might be well on our way to doneness with that. But I definitely want to emphasize kind of how you fix your seams. I like setting up kind of ill-prepared situations like that. So that we can fix everything up all good. The way that deforms is fantastic. And we're a lot of the way there. I'm trying to think of other assets we have that are done. I know that I think Monday or Tuesday, whenever the last stream was, we did this guy. Right? And so this has a nice little UV map, and so a very important thing is just make sure that it's workable. It doesn't have to be perfect or symmetric. The idea is that I can make sense of and paint all of these faces. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it also has awesome frequency modulation music, like the YM2203. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but there's going to be some of that coming around in one form or another. Let's see what this is about. This looks like we have a arcade cabinet application. Let me put that. I have like a games folder or something kicking around on this computer. If I go to here, game shortcuts, I can just put it right. Like, what if I already had that installed and I look like an idiot now? Good. Can I extract like this to here? So I'm like right dragging, and then I want to extract to the folder name. so that way I can open it. You know, so it's organized. I'm a relatively organized person. I mean I look like a mess and all, but don't get me wrong. Let's check it out. Oh, it's like this weird. This is a free traditional game. I like how there's this burn-in on the corners of the screen. Do I have a controller plugged in? Oh, cool. I like the scan lines. Oh boy. How do you spell this? Demons. Oh, it looks so good. That looks so good. Press fire. Okay. How do I press fire? Alt space. Hey. That's jump, that's fire. Can I move through this? Do I have to change this to like X input mode or something? Whoa. I may or may not have crashed the game. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's because I was switching inputs from X input to direct input. I think it's expecting direct input. Hey, if it doesn't work, then I'm just a jerk. A sea of pain. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on, man. Gamepad scheme. Move, fire, jump. That's, you know, I would like to configure. Whoa, left key. Oops, can I do that again? What is that? Start. Okay. This one. Okay. Let's do it. This looks great. Oh my goodness. Yes, my king. We're gonna go and kick the stuff. Oh, cool. Super goals and ghosts. Dope. Skeletons, you mean nothing to me. Birds, are you okay, sir? Rest